All right, there we go. And then I'm going to start screen sharing. Before I start screen sharing, I just want to let you know who I am. My name is Rhea Moore. I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. I am a wife, a mother of three, a Pilates instructor, and an integrative nutritionist health coach. I'm so excited because I just took my test that makes it official on Monday. So I'm excited to add that official title. But anywho, I got into Plexus a few years ago. I was a customer for a while before I started sharing all about it. And it was really because of what it did for myself and for my daughter especially. And I'll get more into that later. Why I just started really shouting to the rooftops and sharing with everyone. So I am going to start my screen share and we will get right into it. Let's see. Does everyone see gut health versus everything? Okay. Woo, thank you, baby Jesus. Okay. All right. So Janine, now every time I say that, I'm gonna really laugh. But anywho, so y'all, our team was in Florida this past weekend, and Janine and I were laughing at my thank you, baby Jesus, because sometimes my computer decides to act up, and when it doesn't, I thank baby Jesus. So anywho, let's move on. Gut health versus everything. This really is just a health and happiness call, y'all, but gut health is connected to everything. And I use the word gut health, the term gut health, because that's really what Plexus focuses on. And Plexus has gotten my family and so many people to both health and happiness. And I'll get into the happiness part because your gut is directly connected to your brain. It's called the gut-brain axis. But I want you to look at this slide right here and feel free to put in the chat any of these symptoms you may experience or any symptoms that you did experience that Plexus helped alleviate. And Stephanie, feel free to put in that chat so that Janine knows exactly what your health goals are, or you can just direct message her and let her know which one of these symptoms you're experiencing and why you're here, which ones you want to get rid of. I'll go first. I'll just share some of the things that I would experience, y'all. Frequent sinus infections. I always had sinus infections. I was on just a countless number of medication for my sinuses. But every 2 months I was getting a sinus infection, which is very often, y'all. I was doing the neti pot. I was doing the Flonase. I was doing, Zyrtec, all the Mucinex, Allegra, Claritin. I was just trying and doing everything. I was constantly on antibiotics and steroids. My sinuses just made everything so miserable. Always had that post nasal drip when I woke up in the morning. My throat would hurt and my ears would hurt whenever I woke up in the morning. It was just part of my life. And I have not had a sinus infection since July of 2019 when I started Plexus. Or started taking it consistently and regularly. And I saw when I started taking Plexus as kind of sporadically, I wasn't very consistent with it. I did notice that when I did take it, I didn't have that little snorting sound. I didn't have to do that snorting sound in the morning, that you make to kind of clear yourself out. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to start taking it consistently. And it was then that my sinus infections were knocked out. And I haven't had any since. Also, I dealt with anxiety, depression. Let's see what else. Indigestion, gas, bloating, hyperactivity, brain fog, indecisiveness, all of the sleep problems, especially. Headaches. I would take Tylenol PM every night to go to bed. I would take a lot of ibuprofen, y'all, and that can just wreck your liver. I would take so much ibuprofen that I started to get concerned about my liver enzymes and elevated liver levels, and whole nother story. But when you're taking this pain medications over and over and constantly and daily, that affects you so much. But it also affects your gut health. But all of these symptoms that you see here are connected to your gut health. And Plexus focuses on gut health. Plexus focuses on three things actually, and that's inflammation, blood sugars, and gut health. And those are the three things, y'all, that will completely dictate your health. And so I love this visual right here. The pool on the top, think of this as before Plexus, right? Think of this as your insides, your system, your body before Plexus. It's just overgrown, kind of like this fungal overgrowth. Nobody wants to hop in that pool, right? It's disgusting. And think of the pool at the bottom is you after Plexus. This is what your insides are looking at like after Plexus. After, you have that antifungal, anti-inflammatory, your blood sugars are balanced, and you are getting rid of all of that cruddy, literally crappy stuff that's in your body. Because Plexus also helps you eliminate in a healthy way. So this is why we're here to talk about gut health, blood sugar control, and inflammation. So, real quick, speaking of gut health, um, a leaky gut, right? So when you have bad gut health, that means you have a leaky gut. You can also call it intestinal permeability. There are different words, but you have that leaky gut. And so what is happening is exactly what it sounds like. Your gut is leaking, and your gut is leaking toxins into your bloodstream. Undigested food particles, pathogens, different things are now getting into your bloodstream. So here, this is what your GI tract should look like. Your gut. It is our barrier. Just like our skin is our barrier that protects us. Our GI tract is our barrier that protects us. All the bad stuff that we are consuming, it protects our bodies from it. And so what happens for different reasons, you have this leaky gut. And so this brick wall right here of your GI tract turns into a picket fence. And now all of these things that aren't supposed to go into your bloodstream, that were never meant to go into your bloodstream, into your body, are now in there. And so what does that mean? What does that result in? Autoimmune issues, big flashing lights. Autoimmune issues are connected to leaky gut syndrome. Also, just your immune system getting sick often. Those sinus infections I mentioned, or my children were always sick. They were always sick before we started Plexus. Also, y'all, food intolerances. Have you ever noticed how many people do you know? And I'm one of them. I used to be one of them. You get older, and all of a sudden, you can't eat a certain food. You have you just can't eat it. You can't tolerate it, and you're sitting there thinking, now I ate cheese and drank milk all my life. Why in the world at 40 years old, or 41, 42, 43, whatever you are, about to be 44, and all of a sudden I can't eat these things? Why is this messing me up now? Because that's that leaky gut progression, y'all. Your body can't take anymore. That's because you now have this leaky gut. And so a leaky gut results in food intolerances, food allergies, food sensitivities, a lot of y'all mystery symptoms. So I was, not diagnosed with IBS, but I was diagnosed with I wasn't diagnosed with anything really. But I had those IBS symptoms, but I didn't have the IBS diagnosis, right? And so that's what I mean by mystery symptoms. Like you don't have a diagnosis, but you're just like, I don't feel myself. I can't tell y'all how many years I was like, I just don't feel myself. Something is up, something is wrong. I don't feel myself. I was working out 3 to 5 times a week, teaching my classes. I'm a fitness instructor. I was eating, plant-based foods. I was eating anti-inflammatory foods. I was drinking only water, beetroot juice, and wheatgrass shots every morning. I was running a half marathon, and I still felt like crap. Y'all, excuse my language. I felt like crap. I did not feel like myself. And so for about at least 2 years, I remember this span of time where I kept saying, I don't feel like myself. And finally, my husband, one time he said, babe, you've been saying you don't feel like yourself for years now. Maybe this is the new you. Maybe this is yourself now. And that was a light bulb for me. And I was like, oh no, I was like, first of all, dude, we're supposed to be a team here. How are you just gonna let me, accept how I feel? And second of all, I was like, no, I'm not accepting this. And so that's when I started looking into supplementation. Game changer. Supplementing with Plexus has been the game changer. But what Plexus does, y'all, the good news is that it turns this leaky gut back in this picket fence, right? This leaky gut, it turns it back into a brick wall, right? That steel trap. And so now it's protecting your body. And so that's why so many people, those symptoms that I showed at the beginning, that's why so many people are experiencing those symptoms alleviating and gone. I'm one of them. My daughter is one of them. And I'll get into that. I just wanted to show my picture. I already talked about, my story. And I mentioned this was age 40. I mentioned how, the plant-based eating, running half marathon. This was that time. I was 40 years old. I was 120 pounds. On the right here, I'd been on Plexus under a year consistently, right? So I've been taking my products consistently for about 6 to 9 months at this point. I was 120 pounds on the right, but that's what that inflammation, the difference is that inflammation. And I look younger, y'all. I'm 2 years older, but I look younger. And on this, I can't believe this is me, y'all. I think I was like, I literally cannot, but let me move my little squares. I'm trying to move my squares. There we go. So this is me up top. And this was before Plexus. And right here, y'all, I kid you not, I'm like 20 years older than I was. I think I was either 39 or 40 in this picture. And in this picture down here, I'm 42, 43. And it's just, I literally am aging backwards. I seriously look like I could be 20 years older than I am. And you see the difference in inflammation. The only thing I changed, y'all, was Plexus. I was still still my regimen, my workout regimen, the foods I was eating, all the same. All I did was add Plexus, and it was a game changer. Um, I want to talk about your immune system just quickly. I don't want to keep anyone too long. So we're going to go through this quickly. And I'm also from Louisiana, so I talk fast. So please stop me, ask any questions if you have questions. But 70% of your immune system is in your gut, y'all. And that's so important right now. We are still in this pandemic. We are still in this. It is not over. Okay. It is not over. And so we still need to, be smart about what we're doing for ourselves and our family, and not have it like a Russian roulette. Yes, we have the vaccine now, but we still need to protect ourselves, and not just in the pandemic, in general. You live a better life if you're not sick all the time. So, it's just the fact that my kids aren't sick all the time. My children have not been sick in like 2 years now. And it's phenomenal. That's because we have been on Plexus. Now I mentioned my children. I'll also mention my daughter and what Plexus has done for my daughter. So my daughter's a 23-weeker. She's born at 23 weeks. She spent 8 months in the NICU. She has a lot of cognitive issues, and they're listed right here on the left. This is at her annual evaluation at Texas Children's Hospital with her different team of doctors, her neurosurgeon, her neurologist, her gastroenterologist, her nutritionist, her physical medicine doctor, her developmental pediatrician. You name them, we have them, and they're there. And so this is 1 year difference. But she had actually been on Plexus about 6 months when this picture was taken on the right. So this is Claire before. She was not on Plexus. She's dealing with her eczema, her migraines, her asthma, gastroparesis. She's had some of her intestines removed, delayed cognitive processing. She's underweight. And then you see in 2019, she's a different child, completely different child. She's a healthy weight. She's connecting, even cognitively, we've seen such an improvement. And she's not dealing with constipation. Now Claire has been hospitalized for severe constipation. And one time we were there for 3 days for her severe constipation in the children's hospital. She goes regularly now. She goes daily. And y'all, my 4-year-old who lives off of cheese. Okay. She's 4. Let's just be honest. Yes, I'm a health coach, but she's still 4. Okay. And I'm human. And this child loves her some cheese. My 4-year-old has a bowel movement every day. For a 4-year-old who lives off of string cheese, to have a bowel movement every day. And she's on Plexus. My 4-year-old, she's been on Plexus for 2 years now. And so it's just a healthier household, and it feels really good. And my daughter, Claire, she has not had any major, asthma issues or migraines. Yes, she does experience her headaches every now and then, but not the painful, projectile vomiting and screaming in pain migraines like she used to. And that's because of Plexus. That's been since Plexus. Also, gut health and your weight. Listen, we are coming out of pandemic. We're still in it, but we're trying to come out of it, right? The world is opening back up. And why in the world is it opening back up in the summertime, right after the pandemic, when we've all been wearing elastic pants? Goodness gracious. But listen, I don't know about y'all, but I know when I went to go put on some real clothes, I was like, oh Lord, let me go get one of those big baby doll dresses and just wear that to Florida, which I did. But y'all, so gut health is connected to your weight. Listen, I gained about 10 pounds during the pandemic. And the fact that I went from working out 3 to 5 days a week to 0 and only gained 10 pounds, I think is actually good. And I credit that to Plexus. And the fact that now that, I'm getting more active out and about, because my 3 kids, they've been schooling from home this whole year and a half. You're not moving around as much. And I credit Plexus for the fact that I didn't gain more than that. And now that I've been able to get rid of it. But your gut health is connected to your weight. So when you have this dysbiosis, which is another word for leaky gut, another word for intestinal permeability, your body is just, you decrease in the good bacteria, and you could read it here. So you have more bad bacteria, you have less good bacteria. So what happens is your body is giving these false signals like, I want more food, because your body's not able to properly digest your food. So your body is literally, it doesn't have to do with willpower. Your body's literally saying, I want more food, because it's all confused, right? Because of your leaky gut. And then you're unable to absorb the nutrients because you're not really digesting your food. And then when you have these wackadoodle blood sugars, that puts your cravings higher, your sugar cravings, and your processed food cravings. And when you're on Plexus and you're able to balance those blood sugars, you don't have all those cravings like that. You're not craving the processed foods. You're able to now absorb your nutrients, and your cravings are different. You feel full when you're supposed to be full, and you actually want healthier foods. So, your gut health and your weight are directly connected. And we also have Plexus has plant-based weight loss supplements, and I'll get into that. But a lot of people start Plexus, y'all, for weight loss. I didn't start it for weight loss. I started for my GI issues. And everything else is like laying up. It's like extra that I experienced. But a lot of people start Plexus for weight loss, and it's not a quick fix. It's not a weight loss pill. It's not nothing like that. But when you have your gut health right, your metabolism is where it's supposed to be. You have more energy, you're eating better foods, but you have to take it consistently. You have to take it daily, and you have to take it not just, a couple weeks. You have to take it for at least 3 months. And I'll show you some of those results when people take Plexus consistently and they give it time, right? And some people, I'm going to be honest, some people will see in the first month, they will just see a drop in their weight. Other people, it takes 3 to 6 months, but they're like, man, when you see them, one of these people, Dana, right here. So these pictures were taken, this picture at the bottom was taken at Dana's 6-month mark, y'all. And it is just phenomenal. Dana's had part of her thyroid removed. So we all know when you have your thyroid removed, it's a real struggle for energy and weight loss. And she was just gaining weight. And Plexus was her answer. I remember Dana started Plexus. We were in person at a Plexus event. And I remember being in tears with her, and I just met her, but she was like, I'm cautiously optimistic. I've tried everything. I'm so tired of needing a nap. My kids need their mom back. And I was like, Dana, you give this a chance, give it at least 3 months, take it every day, drink half your weight in water every single day. And she did, y'all. And she's a different person. She's back to, or she's the person she was before. She's the original Dana. And so I love sharing that story. My girl, Danielle, we talked about balancing blood sugars. My girl, Danielle, y'all, look at her, she's a diabetic. Look at her blood sugars and where this is, where being on Plexus. So she started Plexus in March, beginning of March. And so you see, beginning of March, yes, she still has those high blood sugars, but look here. Then she goes into like the second week of March. And so this is Danielle right here. And this is her logbook for her blood sugar since being on Plexus. And Danielle shared with me that she was eating healthy even before. She could not get her blood sugars down. And so she was doing all the right things. She was, being active, and, she'll say, I wasn't, in the gym every single day, but I was getting some movement in. And I wasn't eating only plants and lettuce, but I was being smart about my diet, and her blood sugars were still up here. She had it Plexus, and they're where they need to be. That's that balancing blood sugars. Dr. Tracy Petrie, her lipid panel, her blood sugars, her A1Cs, and also her weight loss. So this is Dr. Petrie here, April 2019. She wasn't on Plexus. She started Plexus in February, the end of February 2020. And this is Dr. Petrie, March of 2020 and September 2020. And that's from Plexus. So, and she was one of those that started to lose weight immediately, really right off the bat in that first month that I mentioned. Some people do experience that. So a lot of people do start Plexus for weight loss. And I have this on here because my daughter's lungs were such an issue. She was on oxygen for her first 2 years. And then we kept oxygen tanks in the house, even after we didn't need the concentrator anymore. And I've seen an improvement in her lung health. I mentioned with her asthma, also her, we have a pulse ox monitor. I'm such a micro preemie mom. I keep a pulse ox monitor in the house, y'all. And I take her pulse ox regularly. And her pulse ox she's always up there, 99, 100, even when we went to Colorado in that high altitude, she was 98. So I keep a close eye on that. And, she has really just been able to do wondrous things since being on Plexus and not having issues with her asthma. One of them being Special Olympics, Texas, and running track. And so I love to share that picture of her. And this is the main reason why I share Plexus nonstop. Also, last thing I want to talk about is the gut-brain connection. We mentioned that at the beginning. And so it's funny. I also mentioned at the beginning, I'm finishing up my certification, Integrative Nutrition Institute. And so Dr. Oz is one of the instructors there. And he said something that really stuck with me. He said, because a lot of people will say your gut is your second brain. And he said, no, your gut is not your second brain. Your brain is your second gut. And he was saying that to say that's how much your gut controls everything. That's how your gut is the center. Your gut is your first brain, and your brain is your second gut. And it's true, y'all. There's that direct gut brain connection. We call the gut brain axis. It's something to look up. But listen, when you get your gut healthy and you don't have that leaky gut anymore, and you get rid of that fungal buildup with Plexus, you will feel different. You will feel different. I feel so different. One of the things when I said I don't feel like myself, one of the things that I didn't feel like myself was that I was starting to snap at my kids. I've never been a short-tempered person. I've never been an impatient person. I've always been a generally optimistic, happy person. And I noticed in my early 40s that I was mean and I didn't care. I didn't care. I was like, I don't know why I'm being like this, but I just feel like this is, I guess is who I am now. And yeah, I just was not the same mom, and I didn't like being that person. And after starting Plexus, I feel like myself again. I feel like myself again. And so 90% of your serotonin, y'all, that happy hormone, is made in your gut. And that serotonin plays such an important role in regulating your mood. So you'll see that also. I'm going to stop sharing just for a moment because I do want to go over our products just quickly. I'll talk about the triplex because that's kind of like the basis of Plexus, and it's the Slim, the ProBio 5, and the Bio Cleanse. So these three products is what we call the triplex. So we have two types of Slim, y'all. We have the microbiome activating Slim and the hunger control Slim. These two. I started with the microbiome activating Slim because it is geared more towards any GI issues. And I started Plexus for GI issues. There's the hunger control Slim. If your goal is weight loss, start with this one. It has more fiber in it, so you're gonna feel full. It curbs more of your appetite, curbs more of your cravings in a healthy way. So that's the hunger control Slim. Now the Slim, y'all, is an anti-inflammatory. It's a prebiotic, so think about it as a fertilizer. It's gonna help your body grow its own probiotics. I mentioned it's an anti-inflammatory also. It's going to balance your blood sugars. It has chromium in it. And so we talked about already throughout the call the importance of your blood sugars. And so when you don't have those dips and spikes in your blood sugar, not only are you not going to crave more sugary things, but you're also going to have lasting energy. So you don't have those dips in your blood sugars, which give you dips in your energy. You're not going to experience that. The second part of the triplex is the ProBio 5. This is one of my favorite products of Plexus. When I started Plexus as a customer a few years ago, I got the ProBio 5 and the kids chewables. And the ProBio 5 was a game changer for me. It has an antifungal in it. So remember that pool up top, the one at the top, it's going to help get rid of all that so that you could look like the pool at the bottom. That's the antifungal. It also has a digestive enzyme that helps me a lot, still helps me a lot. And also it's in a freeze-dried capsule, meaning that the probiotic strains are actually going to get into your digestive system, because the strains of probiotics, y'all, they die when they hit heat. That's why a lot of probiotics you have to refrigerate, and you're just wasting your money. It doesn't make sense because you're refrigerating them, but as soon as you put them in your mouth, they're no longer refrigerated. So those strains are dying. With ProBio 5, it's in a freeze-dried capsule. So you put it in your mouth, you swallow it, and mix it to your digestive system. And so you don't have all of those probiotic strains dying. They're actually making it to your digestive system. And that's where the difference is. That's the ProBio 5. The third part of the triplex is the Bio Cleanse. So the Bio Cleanse, y'all, just think about, it's just going to help you like naturally eliminate. So when you hear the word cleanse, please don't think of like a harsh cleanse or a laxative or anything like that. Cleanse meaning it's just going to help you do what your body's supposed to do. You're not going to be running to the bathroom uncontrollably. You're just going to be eliminating when you're supposed to. We are backed up with so much bad stuff. Excuse my language, so much crap, literally, just like all in us, right? And so Plexus and BioCleanse is going to help you get rid of that in a natural way. BioCleanse also is a magnesium supplement. That's something else to Google. Magnesium deficiency and everything that is connected to. It's also going to help oxygenate your cells. And you want more, you want your cells more oxygenated. You want them in a more alkaline state. That's why like you hear a lot about alkaline water and everything like that. It's super duper important for your cells. More when your cells are in a more acidic state, that's actually when cancer can thrive. So it's really important to have your body in that more alkaline state, have your cells oxygenated, have your magnesium, and BioCleanse does that. So those three things make up the triplex. I'll quickly go over some of my favorite products. And when I'm saying these, y'all, write down, okay, wait, I need that. She said that, I need that one when I'm going through these products. So Omega X is for brain health and heart health. It's the omega vitamin. It has 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 in it. Take that at night. It also helps me sleep. I no longer need Ambien since I've been on Plexus, and I sleep well. The Vital Biome, it is a probiotic with strains specific to your mood. We talked about your gut and the serotonin, but there's the probiotic strains in Vital Biome are specific to mood, stress, anxiety. So I take one in the morning, and it's one of my favorites. Also, the Ease is my favorite. It's an anti-inflammatory supplement. So in like chronic pain, chronic inflammation, that's what the Ease is for. I take these at night. My 13-year-old with the migraines, she takes Ease at night. My 9-year-old I have her take one Ease at night because she runs track and she's always like, oh, my legs are hurting. So I rub the Ease cream on her legs, and then she takes one Ease at night, and she's not complaining about that. Also, y'all, our X Factor Kids. I love and adore our X Factor Kids. It's a chewable. And a probiotic. So it's a multivitamin and a probiotic in one. It's a chewable. My kiddos love it. You can start it at age 2. Technically, I started my youngest one a little bit before age 2, but she, she can do it. She's also the third child. We just throw them everything. But anywho, my kiddos love, Jalene's laughing at me. My kiddos love the chewables. And there's also a kids drink. It's the kids, we call our Slim the pink drink, y'all. And so we also have the kids microbiome, the Mega Kids microbiome. It's like their vitamin drink. And so it's like their kids' pink drink. My kiddos love this. It has DHA, choline, lutein. And I have a little packet of the Slim. This is what the Slim looks like. You put it in your water bottle, shake it up, room temperature water. Now also we have the Immune Plus Extra Immune Builder supplement. I love just all of our immune building supplements. And we also have the adult multivitamin, the X Factor Plus. And it is jam-packed with vitamins. I will say this, you want to take this with food. I've always had to take any multivitamins with food, but the X Factor Plus has so many vitamins in it. You do want to take that with food. Also, y'all, we had the plant-based weight loss supplements, Balance and MetaBurn. So MetaBurn is going to be boosting your metabolism if you're suffering from slow metabolism. MetaBurn. Also the Balance. It's a carb blocker. So a lot of my keto people love the Balance because it's going to help block carbs. But even if you're not the non-keto person, I take my Balance every single day. I take 2 as soon as I wake up in the morning, or you can take it before your heaviest carb meal. I'm a weird eater throughout the day, so I just take mine in the morning, y'all. That's another thing about these supplements. You want to take them. We'll give you a suggested schedule, but the most important thing is to take them. So yes, the Balance says, hey, take 20 minutes before your heaviest carb meal or 30 minutes before your heaviest carb meal. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember. I'm cooking the heaviest carb meal in the house. So I don't remember to take my Balance. Okay. So I just take it in the morning, every single morning. And I love my carb blocker. That is the Balance. Now also we have Edge. It's for mental clarity. I take the Edge every day. My 13-year-old takes the Edge every day, and it's replaced our ADD meds. So I love and adore this Edge. Also, we have collagen, grass-fed bovine collagen. I love this. I put this in my water every day. I put this in my Slim. Shake up my Slim, put my collagen, and I put my Active drink every single morning without fail. Active, Slim, collagen, same water bottle every single morning. We also have, y'all, the Lean. So Lean is our protein shakes. We have chocolate, vanilla, vegan, whey protein. I love the vanilla. My favorite is the vanilla whey protein. But I know a lot of people aren't vegan and they really like the vegan one. So I think I'm gonna start trying that. Also, y'all, we have a new product that I forgot to pull out, but let me grab it from my bag. So I had the bag because I dumped out all the packets so we could try it when our team was together in Florida, but it's called Hydrate. It's a sugar-free electrolyte drink. And it's so funny that this came out it's perfect, actually, not funny. It's perfect that this came out during the summertime. And when my kids were in track, my middle daughter, she would drink Gatorade because it's Texas heat. We live in Texas. Texas heat is no joke. And she would always say the Gatorade slowed her down. And when we got Hydrate, the last few days of track, after my Hydrate came in, I had her drinking Hydrate instead of the Gatorade. And she kept telling me so it didn't slow her down. She liked Hydrate because it didn't slow her down. It's an electrolyte drink. It's just really to help you stay hydrated. I love and adore it, y'all. It is so good. It has blueberry, acai, watermelon, coconut water, and it doesn't have all the sugar that that other electrolyte drinks have. So that's the Hydrate. So you'll start Plexus, y'all, with a welcome pack. And right now, actually, You can get the hydrate. We actually have right now, we have two flavors of active now. I'm excited. So I showed y'all the peach mango, but the star fruit guava, y'all. I was so excited when they said that, because the star fruit guava usually comes once a year and it sells out fast, but it's here permanently to stay. So you can choose that active. I love the taste of the star fruit guava. That's the one I'd go with. But any welcome pack you choose, you can choose which slim you want, whether it's the microbiome activating or the hunger control. You can choose which active you want. But there are a lot of different welcome packs. Also, if you have a welcome pack with lean, you can, oh, Deidre, isn't it good? Yep. You can choose, Deidre said she just ordered the hydrate, and I think the active also is what she's saying. But if you have a starter welcome pack that has the protein shakes in it, you can decide whether you want chocolate or vanilla. So there are a lot of different welcome packs to start with, y'all. We will help y'all get started. So whoever invited you to this call, like, Stephanie, I know that Janine invited you to this call. Janine will, give you a call or text and say, hey, let me know your top 3 health goals. Let's get you started tonight. Today's the last day of the month, so we have some specials going on. We have an extra 10% off that you can get. Janine has a code, Stephanie, that she can use so that you get extra 10% off. There are like a lot of wonderful welcome packs out there that you can start with. And like I said, there's a lot of different options. So just tell her what your goals are, because we want to make sure you get a welcome pack that has everything you need. It doesn't have everything you don't need. I think you need all of them. This is all my pantry, y'all. We don't carry inventory. That's another thing that I love about Plexus business opportunity. Zero inventory. So these are all the things that I take, all of my own supplements that my family and I take. But there's a real opportunity here, y'all, with Plexus, a business opportunity also, speaking on the, no inventory. But, you can ask the person who invited you, ask them about the business opportunity with Plexus. And y'all, it can be just, hey, I want to pay for my products. I want to cover my products every month. Or it could be like me, where I started, I thought it was, covering my products every month and just making some extra cash. And here I am with the Plexus Lexus and bringing in a 6-figure income, and my family is as healthy as they've ever been. My parents are as healthy as they've ever been. My in-laws are as healthy as they've ever been. Because I'm like, everyone in my family is on Plexus. So you can, share Plexus, and you have referral cash back that you get. Everyone who purchases a welcome pack has that opportunity. No one has to. It's an opportunity. If you purchase a welcome pack, you have that opportunity. Just don't leave that money on the table, because we have some really great, especially in July coming up, because you'll purchase your welcome pack today. You'll be in the perfect position for the incentives that we have coming up in July. And I know Janine's like, but we have some really good incentives coming up in July, y'all, to where if you just, you refer 3 people or even 6 people or 9 people, you can get, like $1,000 back. So it's crazy just in 1 month. So Stephanie, make sure to ask Janine about that. It's a real opportunity here. But from here, you'll get started on your welcome pack. There's a smaller welcome pack that's $109. We'll get that. That's on sale right now until 10:30. Well, it's 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. I always say 10:30 just to make sure, because it's the end of the month and we want to make sure your order gets in, but you have that 10% off right now at the end of the month. Also, there are larger welcome packs. Those come with 7 products. And so right now that is $209, but Janine has a promo code, Stephanie, that she can use to get you another 10% off of that. And I suggest getting the larger one. Just completely being honest, it does not affect us at all. Whether you get a smaller one or a large one doesn't really make a difference for us. I'm just saying, I suggest you get the most bang for your buck, because you can only get a welcome pack once. And the retail price is twice as much as what you're getting for today. So I always say, hey, you're only going to get this 50% off once of this welcome pack. You will get, for the next 12 months, you will get the wholesale discount, but it's not 50% off. It's like 20 to 25% off. But get as much as you can while you can get this 50% off deal. So we will get you started on the welcome packs. Does anyone have any questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you have any questions. We are open books here. We want to make sure you get what you need and you get where you need in your health journey with Plexus. So does anyone have any questions? I'll be quiet, probably not. And I'll be quiet when you unmute yourself though. Well, all right. I guess we covered some good stuff. And thank you for bearing with me. I know I kind of went through it quickly, but I didn't want to keep anyone too long. because I want to make sure y'all have time to get your welcome packs chosen and get started. But if we don't have any questions, I guess we are all done. But listen, we do this every Wednesday. Every single Wednesday at 7:30, we do this. So invite your friends to the next one. It's the exact same link. We will be here on the 7th. Dr. Adrienne Williams will be leading this call on the 7th, and it will be a focus of weight loss. That call will be focusing on weight loss and the weight loss testimonies with Plexus, so and products. So join us, invite some people to and get your referral cash back for next week. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone has a wonderful Wednesday.
Thank you. And you have a good night.
Y'all
Thank you so
too.
much.
Bye.
Bye.